don't like being thrown into new situations. They make us feel uncomfortable and out of our element, maybe even awkward or scared. Unfortunately, my parents are not normal people. They constantly push me out of my comfort zone, and these experiences have taken me everywhere imaginable. One spring break, my family rented a refurbished pirate ship called the Talofa, complete with a captain, his wife, and a mate. Our plan was to board the ship in St. Thomas and island hop in the Virgin Islands for a week. Nothing about this trip was typical. I had never been sailing, so I had no idea what to expect. My friends constantly reminded me of everything that could go wrong. What if you get seasick? What if a shark attacks? What if there's a huge storm in the middle of the night and your boat capsizes and you drown because you can't see anything? Even though I was pretty sure none of these things were going to happen, I was still pretty nervous as I boarded the plane to the BGI. The moment we stepped in the dock, lightning crackled and the rain came down in torrents. Not a great start. The boat pitched and rocked as we were given the tour of our home for the next week. At first, I thought I was going to be enjoying a luxurious vacation, but then I went below deck. My 14-year-old brother and I had to share a 15-square-foot room with only one tiny porthole. All 7 of us shared one bathroom, and there was no shower. Additionally, we had to conserve food and electricity. At the beginning of the trip, I didn't think I was going to make it. But the next morning, when I woke up, I walked up the steps to the main deck, only wobbling a little bit. It took me 24 hours to become acclimated to a completely new life. When we are forced into new, stressful situations, such as attempting to do something we've never done before, our body undergoes the fight or flight response. Most people avoid situations that may evoke this response and flee without ever trying, while others stay to fight their fears. When a person stays and fights, their brain and nervous system make changes to adapt to the new activity. Contrary to popular belief, our brains maintain a quality of plasticity throughout our entire lives. Plasticity is our brain's ability to change with learning. The first time we try something, we may be awkward and unsure of ourselves. This is because the neural pathway in our brain for this task has not yet been developed. The more we put ourselves into a situation or complete the task, the easier it becomes. And this is because the number of synapses, the space between the neurons that pass signals, increases. Our neurons are comprised of a few different parts: synapses, dendrites, the cell body, and the axon. Many of our axons are myelinated, and this means they are wrapped in a fatty sheath for protection. The more we repeat an activity, the more our axons become myelinated. Myelin allows the electrical signal our brains produce to go more quickly because it can jump over the myelin to the nodes of Ranvier, the part of the axon without myelin. When we repeat an activity, more and more of our axons become myelinated, and this allows us to do things faster, more efficiently, and may help us learn more effectively. This response is true no matter the circumstance. Whether you are meeting a group of people for the first time, moving to a new state, or even going sailing like me. I used to be so scared of change that I never put myself in situations where I'd have to acclimate. I fled instead of trying to stay and fight my fears. The consistency made my life easy, but also very boring. I saw how easy it had been to adapt to life on the boat, so I decided to approach new situations like I approached life in the Talofa. I saw new situations as challenges to overcome, like games I could win. After I changed my perception of new situations, they became more appealing and easier to begin. Next year, I will face the biggest challenge of my life, going to college. Everyone in my class is anxious, not only about getting in, but also about what life will be like. But I'm not that nervous, because I know that it might be challenging at first. But I also know I'll get a little more acclimated each day until it feels normal, like something I've done all my life. This is the way to approach any new situation. You have to know you may not be great immediately, but that you can be someday. Because with each repetition, your brain learns what to do. So one day, you can go beyond just adapting to being an adventurer. Thank you.